So here it is, the general install bag. Install. Been up. Sake. So yeah, I've been asked a couple of times what's in the bag. So here we go. I'll take you through it. Let's start off with the bag. So the bag is a Veto Blackout TP-XXL. I've got it set up for general install, mainly domestic. You can get away with commercial, but there's going to be a few more things that you're going to want in here. There's loads of front pockets, side pockets, internal storage is good, zipper pocket in the lid, and then there's also a Velcro pocket at the back, just for some bigger stuff that you can't fit in the front. At least next door ain't loud. Me. This is not going well. Right, first on the list, JVac Edge flaring block. Sliding depth gauge, so you're not over under flaring. Should be everybody's go-to in the bag. That's the reason why it's in mine. So, that's that one, out of the way. Spin swagers. Now, there's a lot of controversy over these. Some people like them, some people don't. I like them for flexible copper, for like the cord copper. If you look at them, they've got a really nice deep swage on them. I do need to give them a clean up, but they're really good, especially for 1/4 and 3/8 where you're heating it up, they start to pop out. Game changer. Next, your hand benders, your hand crankers, whatever you want to call them. Well handy to have in the bag. I recently saw a post with Julian, South Downs Air Conditioning, put the 3/8 and the 1/4 in there with the pair coil. So if anybody's used the pair coil, they know how hard it is to bend individually. So 3 1/4 in there, give it a go. Really handy to have in the bag. They fit in the tool belt nice. Benders out of the way. Magnetic, Stabila level, I've had it for ages, it's been battered. Yeah, I think a lot of people have these, so yeah. And then I've got a mini Stabila level, so I normally use this for controllers, I use it for just small tight spaces, you know, unistruck goalposts, that kind of thing. Just really handy to have in the bag. Adjustable spanners, I've got big set of Rothenbergers for, you know, your 5/8, that sort of size. And then I've paired them up with the Barco sort of slim jaws. You can probably see, don't know if you can see on the camera, but they've got like a notched out bit, so when you're doing up sort of the side of the flare that the unit's on, the nut is actually quite thin, so they're really handy to have. I've also got a little small set for 1/4 inch, but as Jack told me, LRS, you can also use a 17mm spanner for the 1/4 inch flare nut, so giving away a secret there. The trusty CK stripper and cutter. I've used this for years, I don't know, Sparkies probably hate me because I'm using CK cutters, but for the 1.5 and the 2.5 stripping cable, I have no problems with them. I've used them for years, so yeah, they're always in the bag as well. This one's for the ceiling fixers, tin snips. So these are just generic Stanley ones. I mean, I don't do a lot of them. Cutting pieces of ductwork or snipping out like little bits of ceiling that I need to put trunking on, things like that. Just a pair of tin snips. The CK. Are you real? CK wire strippers. Now again, I don't know how I feel about these. They're a little bit, they don't come out that often. If I'm doing loads of wiring, if I'm doing like loads of spurs, loads of isolators, things like that, then I'll use them. CK long nose pliers, really good for wiring up rotary isolators if you can't be bothered to take the block out. Yeah, if you're doubling over power cable, things like that, these are what these come in handy for. The dry liners love this. I mean, yeah, Milwaukee pad saw, can't really say much about it. Extension bit, just for them hard to reach places. So this one's really good, it's got a really good magnet on it. I think it's a Milwaukee long boy, I mean, I don't know, I have no idea the length of it, but it's in there. Battered up old file. Now, I've had this for donkey, I think it was like my granddad's, or it was like some sort of family member's old file that I found in a drawer. The end's been snapped off because I probably tried to pry something with it. Just filing down tray, unistrut, studs, things like that. It's in the bag. Junior axle with no blade in it. If I'm making off armoured, so I'll just use my junior axle with the invisible blade. So that's in there. Crimpers, for all the people that don't crimp on their earth terminals on AC units, get yourself a pair of these. They're not expensive, and it saves you a lifetime of hassle trying to curly-whirly it round a screw. PVC pipe cutters, these are just the cheap, I'm assuming Rothenberger ones from Screwfix or wherever, but again, Dave never let me down. Ergo strip, again, I don't know how I feel about it. It don't come out of the bag that often. I need to use it, but I don't, it's just there. Loads of drill bits, so I've got all the drill bits for anything from raw plugs all the way up to raw bolts, all the way up to 10 mils. If you ain't got one of these, get yourself one of these, because these are wicked. At Marksman deep hole marking tool, you know, putting up isolators, prime example, you know, you've got to get through the back of the isolator. Again, get yourself one of these. Selection of spanners, so I've got 10, 13, 17 and 19s. They're generally what you're going to want to use. So I've got a few sets of each, just to, for locking nuts, cassettes, things like that. So this is a bit old school, this box spanner. So for your M10, so a 17mm nut, this fits inside the unistrut. So I'm sure we've all had a problem with trying to get a 17mm spanner or a 17mm socket inside the unistrut. So I mean, this is just goes in my tool belt if I can't be bothered to get my impact driver. So again, it's in the bag. We're a screwdriver set that they don't want you to get in. Yeah, just selection of blades. I mean, these are brand new because I've always got blades in my pocket. Allen keys, I've got a couple of sets. Got a battered up old set that I use for doing the blades on the grinder. We're a Allen key set. These are the boys you're going to want if you want decent Allen keys that don't round off every 5 minutes. Boom. I'm ready for some arguments now. Nylog blue. I always put nylog blue on the back of the flare nut and the face of the flare nut. Just any discrepancies in the flare in the pipe, if you were using old pipe, you know, sometimes it's not always perfect. Everyone's got a screwdriver that they use as a chisel, so that's in there. Socket. Unilight tape measure. I mean, this is the 8m one. It's, I don't know who's out here measuring 8m stuff, I don't know, but I mean, it's just really solid. I've dropped it many a time. Look at the state of it. It's absolutely battered, but these are really good tape measure. I either used this one or like Ox Tools one. Either way, it's a tape measure. Ox 20-ounce claw hammer. I've cut the bottoms off of it just so it fits in the hammer loop, because it had some like weird thing that came out and you can't fit it inside the hammer loop. So yeah, it's been adapted, as we should say. Really good bashing stick. 13mm impact socket. I have got a 17, but it is in my impact driver at the minute. Yeah, I've just got bit holders, just like the random bits you're going to need. Got a scale ruler, just in case. Never know when you're going to need one. It's well handy to have in the bag. Stud finder, cables, pipes. You don't want to be going through them, so just get yourself one of these. It'll save you ag in the long run. 22mm pipe cutter again, just if I haven't got the Rothenbergers, whatever. The Ox 22mm pipe cutter for the PVC. Nothing interesting in the back, just cable ties and a square. So when I'm cutting tray, unistrut, if I need to just get a straight edge on something, it's there. Side pocket, selection of cutters. These, if you ain't used these are the JVac 1/8 to 7/8. So I mean, for me, I just use them 1/4 to 7/8. Use them for hard and soft copper. They've got like a little spring inside, so you can use them for soft or hard copper depending on what you're working on. Also got a bigger set that go up to 1/8. Electrical tape always stays on there. Everybody's probably got one of these. Barco socket set. Got a few bits missing out of it, but nothing crazy. That's it. That's what I use. I don't know what else you want me to say, but apart from go out there and get grafting. Bash.